Alright guys, so basically video kali ni adalah untuk saya buat tutorial lah, untuk tunjuk kan on cara kita untuk completekan task. So saya akan go through balik step-step ni lah, okay. So first of all, bila kita buka Autodesk AutoCAD, okay. First thing first adalah yang kita perlu buat adalah kita perlu tentukan unit apa yang kita pakai. Okay, so caranya adalah kita type saja unit UNI. So dia akan keluar kat sini unit. So klik dekat sini, okay, dan pilih so in this case kita pilih pakai unit centimeters, alright. And then dia punya berapa decimal kita akan pakai kosong lah, 2 decimals, okay. Pakai international unit. Okay, so degree kita akan pakai untuk ni radius dan angle, kita akan pakai decimal degrees. Okay. Right, next. So seperti yang saya beritahu sebelum ni, so untuk AutoCAD dia ada akan pakai yang kita panggil sebagai apa? Ingat lagi, ini kita panggil sebagai ribbon. So ribbon ni adalah kita boleh, di mana ada beberapa command yang kita boleh pilih. Contoh command line, polyline, circle, okay, untuk text, okay. Dan command asas command asas seperti move, rotate, trim, okay. And then erase, okay. Dan juga ada juga seperti command untuk layer, okay, layer punya setting. And then kaedah yang kedua adalah dengan kita type saja command yang kita nak. Contoh kita nak buat satu line, kita type saja dekat keyboard LINE, so dia akan keluar. Dia akan keluar beberapa command yang mula dengan ada yang berkaitan dengan line. So kita pilih yang kita nak, iaitu line, okay. Sama ada untuk line, kita klik satu point dan duduk pada point yang satu lagi, okay. Dan kita buat kita punya shape yang kita nak, okay. Okay, so untuk command close, okay, so untuk command close dia hanya boleh digunakan bila itu adalah objek itu adalah complete object. Ini objek yang menggunakan polyline, okay. Contoh kita buat objek menggunakan polyline, okay. Dan okay, so kita nak closekan objek ni, kita boleh buat command yang mudah, iaitu command C, okay. So dia akan close. Tapi jika objek itu adalah objek yang tidak bersambung menggunakan polyline, contoh satu line disambungkan dengan satu line lagi dan satu line lagi, okay. So sekarang contoh kita nak closekan, objek ni, type command C, dia tak akan boleh close, sebab kita tak akan boleh close sebab, okay, kita tengok dia adalah objek yang tidak bersambung, okay. Itu jelas kan? Kita untuk menggunakan command C dan pastikan objek itu adalah objek yang bersambung, okay. Itu yang pertama, right? Okay, so seterusnya untuk task kita, task yang saya telah bagi tu, kita tengok balik soalannya. So right into the question. soalan tas telah saya bagi tu okey. So ini adalah rajahnya, bentuknya, you guys perlu complete kan. Okey. Okay, so jika kita tengok dekat sini line ada berapa value atau data yang telah saya beri. So to complete this task, first thing first yang you guys boleh buat adalah first thing first adalah you guys tentukan dulu point setiap line ni, iaitu dengan identify each point. Okay. Pertama you buat adalah point A. Tentukan so ini adalah point A. Dan seterusnya point B dan point C. Adalah point point F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Okay. Right. So once you have identified each point, okay, dia akan memudahkan juga untuk tentukan command. Contoh command untuk A, B apa command dia. Okay. Dan seterusnya command untuk C, D apa command dia. Okay. So now again, just to refresh back, so we have three types of coordinate system. Okay. So we have three types of coordinate system, which is absolute coordinate. Okay. So what does it mean by absolute coordinate is that it uses the function of x and y. Okay. So x is for the horizontal axis and y is for the vertical axis. Okay. So the main reference point is 0, 0. So that is the main reference point. But for relative coordinate, okay, it refers to the previous coordinate. Okay, so for relative coordinate, you need to use the symbol alliance. Okay, for the length of the line that you would like to use. Okay. And while for the third coordinate system is polar. Okay, so polar basically involved in terms of length and angle. Okay, and for angle, okay, need to remember it will always start with the clockwise, so it will give you a positive value. so for the coordinate, you need to remember this, what are the main reference point. Okay. So you need to remember at least the main angle, okay, which is 0 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, and 270 degrees. Okay. So any from the anti-clockwise direction, it will give you positive value. For clockwise values, it will give you a negative value. Okay, so let's go to the first line, which is AB. Okay, so what are the commands that we can use? Okay, so for AB, basically it uses an absolute command, because it already give you the first reference point, which is 1, 1. Okay, which meaning that for the value of x is 1, and for the value of y is 1. Meaning that for point A to point B, we can simply first, so yes, to do this task is first type in line. So the first coordinate is 1, 1. Okay. Then we will give you the first reference point. Okay. Right, next point is B. Okay, so from point A to point B, so from here it stated that the coordinate for point B is 4.1, 1, meaning that the x value is 4.1 and the y value is 1. Okay, so you can do this by simply type in the coordinate 4.1, 1. Okay, it will give you the point of B. Okay, Next, for line BC. Okay, so give it the coordinate for C that has been provided is 4.5, 2.2, meaning that we can simply just type in 4.5, 2.2. Okay, these are absolute coordinates. Okay, next. Okay, for line CD. Okay, so for D, it does not give you any coordinate for D, but it gives you the value for the length of line CD, which is 2.3. Okay. Then there are no angle here. Okay, so this, okay, we need to use the relative system, relative coordinate system, meaning that, okay, for the length we need to use the alias input, and then we enter the length of the line, 2.3. Okay, so it is a straight line, so there are no angle, meaning that 0 degrees angle. Right. Okay, next. Okay, for coordinate or for line DE. Okay, so it gives you the value for line DE is 1.4 with the angle of 150 degrees. Okay, so for this, okay, first we need to enter the input for the length, okay, which is alias 1.4. okay, and then the angle is how many? What are the angles? Okay, so here it says 150, so we need to use the reference point 180 minus 150. We will gain angle of 30 degrees. Okay, so the angle is 30 degrees. Okay, then next for line EF. Okay, so it gives you the length is 2.1, so meaning that we can enter the length alias 2.1 with the angle is 90 degrees. Okay, that is 90 degrees. Right. Next is line FG. So line FG, okay, so the value is 1.6 with the angle. So what is the angle? So here it shows 150. Okay, so here we can use the first starting point here. So he will take up to here. So starting point is 270, meaning that we need to minus 270 minus 150. We will get 120. Right. So next, GH. So the value is, okay, so now the line is will go up to the left side. So for any values to the left or to the bottom, you need to show in a negative value. So in this case, okay, alias negative 1.3. So the angle is 0. Right. Next, so now for line HI, so now the line will move downwards. So downward it will give a negative value, meaning that negative alias negative 1.4. Okay. Then the angle, okay, so now is 90 degrees but minus, so it's minus 90 degrees. Minus, okay, sorry, so for right H1, okay, it's 1.4, so the angle is negative 90 degrees. Alright. Okay, next is for one IJ. Okay, so IJ, so here it shows 45 degree. Okay, so what we can do is we use the nearest reference point, which is 180 to here. So we need that 180 minus 45, because okay, so 180 minus 45 degrees, so the length is 2.2. 2.2, we will get 180 minus 45, we will get 135. Okay, next, so for line JK, so the length is 1. Okay, so we went to the left, so we need that the negative value 1. So angle 0. Right. Okay, now next KL, for line KL. Okay, so the length is 1.5, and the angle is, so what are the angle? So okay, use the nearest reference point, so which is 180. Okay, so we'll go to 45 here, so 180 minus negative 45, because it went downwards. Okay, it is a clockwise motion. Okay, so that's why we need to use negative 45. Okay, so we will get 180 plus 45, so we will get the value of 225. Okay, next for LM. Okay, so the value is, again, went to the left, negative 1. Okay, so there are no movement for the y-axis, so we can enter 0. Okay, now for line MN, so the length is 2.3, and the angle is, so what is the other angle? So is it 60? So is it because you went to the clockwise, so clockwise, okay, produce a negative value, meaning that is negative 60 degrees. Okay, right. Okay, so we are in the last stages. So like I said before, if it is a continuous line, join line, we can simply put the C command, or if we know the reference point, so in this case the reference point is 1, comma 1, we can put it. So either we can use the reference point, or we can use the close command. Okay, for example here we use the reference point, which is 1.1. so if we close the object, or we can use the close command. Okay, so we have completed the drawing. Okay, now for the dimension, for the basic dimension. Okay, so for command, for basic dimension command, we can type in di. Okay, so first we need to set our dimension setting, which is the dim style option. So select this and go to the modify. Go to the modify. Okay, and then so here you can change your dimension setting, either the colors of the line, the colors of the arrows. Okay, so you can make changes. Then the colors of your text. Okay, so make changes. Okay, so main important thing is for you to ensure that your units are correct. So in this case we use the 2 decimal point. Okay, so this is the main the most important thing that you need to set, which is the primary unit, to select your correct primary unit. Okay, so here is just on how we can make sure the text or dimension are within the dimension area. But once you have completed your setting, your unit, just click OK and then click close. So to take out your dimension, just type in di. Okay, so let's look into the first dimension that we need to do. Okay, so first we need to make this dimension CD. Okay, so to first we can type in our reference point. Okay, so we can click here on the text item, we can type in our reference point. Okay, so to repeat the command, you can just click Control Enter Control V first, and copy first, Control C to copy the text, then to paste the text again, just Control V. Okay, right. So after you have completed your reference point, you can make your dimension by typing the dimension command. Right. So for linear straight line, okay, you can select the dimension dim linear, and then select your first point and then your second point for your dimension. So we get the 2.3. Next again. Okay, so to recall back your last command, you can just type in the spacebar. So it will give, so you do not need to type again the command that you want. So it will give you the it will recall back the last command. Okay, so is it easy for you to complete your task by type in the last command by pressing the spacebar in your keyboard. Okay. So this will give faster for you to complete your task. Okay, right. The next command is for a line that is in an angular. So the command is dim align. Okay, so these are lines that have an angle. Okay, so next is for the dimension for angle. So for dimension angle, you need to select dim angular. Okay, so select the angle that you want to get the dimension. Okay, so for the angle for M and A, okay, so here is stated that it only considered for angle N to A, which is 120. So how can we get this angle? Okay, this can be done by first is to make a reference line. Make a reference line. Okay. And you can make your dimension for the angle here until here. So 120. Right. So that's it for task 1. So basically this is how to complete task 1. So for task 2 and 3, basically use the same concept on how to complete this coordinate system. Okay. So hopefully you can understand this tutorial and make and complete the remaining tutorial. Okay, so that's it. If you still have any question regarding this stuff, okay, you can just contact me. Right, so that's all. Thank you. So please complete the task given and submit. Alright, so thank you.